Hello, I hope you're doing great. So nice to meet you. I know we'll talk more as we continue to do this knowledge transfer. So I'm sharing. And so I just wanted to share a bit about who I am and, my past experiences, and so you get to know me a little bit better. You're welcome to ask me any questions about my background. So here it is. I'm a computer science major. I graduated from the University of Puerto Rico. And I've been in the IT industry, in the business, for 21, 22 years more, like officially that time, but it's been more. And I've done, what kind of roles have I played in the past? I started out as a developer analyst. I was not just a developer ever. So I had to create my own design, do my testing, and do everything. That was what I was always hired to do. I have been website administrator, home-based administrator. I've worked out giving out workshops, presenting new products, developing new products. I have built and restructured different companies to make sure that everything flows, that the people are more productive. I use ITIL for some of those askings. I've worked with the government, certifying things like, the tax returns apps. I work with those too. So that goes through a whole process and whatever. Let me see. I know I'm saying a lot, so I apologize for that. And I've been a project manager. Like I said, I build a lot of QA departments. I build not a lot. I build like 4 QA departments. I train people to actually be in the QA department as software testers or as QC, or it depends whatever is the need, and show them how to document and all that. So yeah, even if you have no IT background, you'll come out knowing how to work with databases and reading code and all that. So that's part of that. I've also been a Scrum Master, an IT manager. I've been in charge of like everything from security, infrastructure. I don't like anything that has to do with like, infrastructure, and I don't really enjoy anything that has to do with like tech support. That's not something that I enjoy. If I have to help brainstorm or something, I will, but it's not something that I'm like, oh yes, I want to do it. No, I've been always in the development side of things. I've worked through sustaining existing Scrum teams, making them better, or creating teams. Most of the time has been about creating, not about sustainment. When did I start working with Scrum? I started working with Scrum, not knowing what it was. My son was, I think he was like a year old, and he's 20 now. I remember there was this project manager. She came in and she started talking about stuff that nobody understood. She didn't care to actually explain it, and I still have that notebook with all those terms. And after many years, I was like, oh my God, this lady didn't know what she was doing. There was nothing that she was saying was accurate, and that's why things didn't work out. What else? I created my own Scrum training. It's called Now What? So it's focused on after you take your certification, now what? How do you create a team? How you facilitate things? Well, it's just a mindset thing. It's very hard to come out of Scrum training and then be giving an assignment and thinking that this framework is just gonna be magic, because it doesn't work like that, right? We work with people. I create lots of workshops. I work with executives. For the past, before Mosaic, I've been here for a year. I was actually the person who pioneered with the first Scrum team in Mosaic, and we certified 30 people as Scrum Masters, and then we started grading thing, and so yeah, that was me. Nobody knew what it was. So that worked out great. I was there for like 2 years. Then I left. I went on my business. I worked in Puerto Rico before I joined Mosaic this time around. I was doing transformation for a company in Puerto Rico. That worked out really good. And I was there for 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. And now I'm here. I love workshops. I love public speaking. I love learning. I love anything that has to do with leadership. I am a life coach as well. I'm an enterprise coach as well. So I really enjoy working with people. I really enjoy brainstorming. I really enjoy analysis. I enjoy seeing things happen, seeing people grow. And what I'm not about, and this is why I don't specifically focus on Scrum anymore, is about book-oriented anything. I evaluate the tools that I have within reach and new things that are available, things that people are doing. I'm constantly learning, and I evaluate what works best for the team that I'm working with, or that group of people that will eventually become a team, right, by definition. So I'm very much on what is needed, why is needed, what's the value, what's the cost, okay, what's the maturity level of the people that I'm working with, what skill sets. I'm very much into not only teaching them but mentoring them and coaching them. I'm a catalyst by definition. Yes, I do put on my expert hat from time to time, but I work through the different stages so that eventually, as a good coach, I can step out and people have the correct tools to evolve and take that knowledge anywhere, okay, and help build that mindset somewhere else. So that's something that I do all the time. My intention when I work with Scrum teams or not is always to work on leadership behavior so that people understand what responsibility is, have the tools to hold each other accountable, to be able to speak up, to provide, to share a presentation, so they can move on. And they could be as productive as possible, not only within what they feel comfortable, but within new skills they're going to be developing, they be achieving throughout the journey that we're going to start together. So that's a little bit about me. And my leadership style is more on the assertive part of things and less on the accommodator. However, I balance those two out depending on the situation. So yeah, we'll get to know each other better. If you have any questions, let me know. And the other thing is, I would love to hear about your background, your experiences. What do you prefer to do with teams, what not, and the reasons behind it or whatever. And we get into the weeds of like why certain things in the team work in a certain way, while you have tried and all that. So anyway, we'll talk later. Nice to meet you. Bye bye.